How do you spot the signs of hormonal imbalances? And when you do, what are your next steps? Hi, I'm Gideon. I'm a women's functional health practitioner and I help women rebalance their skin, energy, mood, and cycle. And before I can share with you the warning signs of hormonal imbalances, we first must address what are hormones, what messes up hormones, and then the signs of hormonal imbalances. So let's begin with what your hormones even are. And these are chemical messengers that your body produces over 50 of. Progesterone, testosterone, cortisol can come to mind. And what you need to understand as a woman is that no 2 days will ever look the same. As you can see over here, this is where estrogen dominates. And then the second half of your cycle is where progesterone dominates. A man has a 24-hour rise and fall daily of testosterone, not to say that a man is not hormonal, but it's different. And so, what are our hormones? Let's chat about a few. For example, insulin. This helps to control your blood sugar levels right after you eat. This is also going to impact your weight management. Cortisol is the hormone that helps you deal with stress. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, they regulate reproductive functions. And I'm going to give you an example of showing you truly how these hormones are intertwined with one another. So let's say you eat an apple, for example. This is going to signal your ghrelin, your hunger hormone, to decrease because it signals that that hunger has been satisfied. When you eat an apple or you eat anything, insulin is released. This is going to help your cells absorb glucose and regulate your blood sugar. And in this instance, cortisol can stay balanced overall because by eating, you're ensuring you have stable energy levels. And this avoids a stress response if blood sugar remains stable. When you don't eat for a period of time, and if that's having a stressful impact on your body, what your body does is it releases cortisol. As a result of cortisol being released, your blood sugar levels increase. So cortisol and your blood sugar work very closely together. Say a high processed sugar diet, for example. Let's learn how this impacts your hormones. High sugar intake, this can lead to frequent spikes, rises in insulin. And when your insulin levels remain elevated, this can stimulate the production of your androgens like testosterone. So testosterone increases. Now what happens? This can cause acne by stimulating oil production in the skin. So now you have increased acne as a result of this processed sugar. Well, what is that also going to do? Testosterone over here can convert to the more potent form of testosterone known as DHT, which can contribute to hair loss by shrinking hair follicles. So now all of a sudden, the combination of highly processed sugar in your diet has led to inflammation, stress, the hormonal cycle of increased acne, you're losing hair. This is probably impacting your cycle at some level and your other hormones. And so in this example, I'm really trying to show you is how there's such a deep interplay between your hormones. When you do one thing, it impacts many others. Imagine your hormones as the foundation of your body's balance. On the surface, we see some clear water and some visible factors that contribute to your health. Things like diet, exercise, stress, sleep, medications. These are more obvious pieces that are talked about often. However, below the surface, there are much larger and more complex factors that can silently disrupt your hormones. And so, this underwater part of this iceberg that I've created are things we might not notice immediately. It's the chronic stress that adds up. It can be pathogens or infections in your gut, blood sugar instability over time, nutrient deficiencies, ingredients in our personal care products. And so these all play a role in affecting everything above the iceberg here, which in turn impacts your hormones at a deep level. When I was balancing my hormones, some of my symptoms look like no energy, cravings, hormone issues, irregular periods, acne was a big one. I was losing hair. And for another woman, this can look like irregular energy, but also having weight gain, not feeling like yourself, vaginal dryness. You can have issues with your mood, like a lot of trouble falling asleep at night, decreased libido, depression, thyroid issues, you're feeling cold all of the time. And little signs of that can be brittle nails. And so when we do functional testing along with blood work, that gives us healing opportunities in terms of next step for your hormones. But here's the good news. The first thing that one must do when they're experiencing hormonal imbalances is to decrease inflammation, the underlying inflammation that is deriving the symptoms of your hormonal imbalance. So, whether that's breast tenderness, whether that's heavy periods, whatever symptom you're experiencing, it will just be 10x by underlying inflammation. The easiest way to reduce inflammation in your body today is through the way that you are nourishing your body. Okay? This is the easiest and number one way. That's why you can click on this video right over here to learn the 7 ways to reduce inflammation in your body through nutrition. As always, I am sending you love wherever you are.
I wanna know your name. Baby, you're bubbly and radiant. You got some flavor, and I'm trying to savor it. Palm gripped on the fruit.